1, go!
We are Paul Leonard,
And Bryce Graskowski.
and this is 20 Minutes of Fitness.
Yo, how's
man,
it
how
going,
you-
buddy?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't.
I
hear
knew you
myself.
could.
Yeah.
Oh, so another WOD done during
Yeah,
the
buddy.
day. That was fun.
Yeah.
We didn't want to blow up our backs more, so we chose a different WOD from later in the week.
Yep. It's actually not later in the week.
It is on someone's track.
Yeah.
it's not on our track. That's true.
So we actually did CrossFit.com's
Yeah.
Friday workout
That's right.
ahead of time. Insider edge, baby.
Insiders.
What was that? 21, 18,
21,
15, 12, 9, 6,
18,
3.
15, 12, 9, 6, 3
That's 382 reps.
of power cleans and
Dips. Ring dips.
Ring dips. That
Did
was
it
fun.
Did it specify ring dips?
It did.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So that was a fun workout. It definitely started out with a nice fast 21.
Whew, yeah.
And then the 18s were like, okay, this is real.
This is a real
And then the
workout.
15s were like, okay, I feel like I should be done around now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you were kind of done by then, but not really because for me, I started to run out of dips.
Dips, yeah.
So
What did
then
they give
I got
us
down to
for,
doubles and singles.
what-
Sub 15. So we were both.
They said sub 15.
Sub 15.
Oh, okay.
And I was
We're
13, 16. You were 11 something,
12
I think.
flat, pretty
12?
much,
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, all in all, we did pretty good, actually.
Yeah. All right. Good. I feel better. I thought you said sub 10, and I was
No,
like,
no.
We got to 10, and I'm like, Jesus, I still got 2 rounds left.
Yeah, no, sub
Sucks.
15 was our
Okay.
goal. So we did good.
I'm
That was
happy with
fun.
that.
And now we get to eat more, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of
Kinda.
nutrition.
We should actually be eating.
We probably
something-
should eat something
some sort of
post-workout.
sugar and protein right now.
So that being said, this week we are going to go into last week because
Oh, what?
uncommon to our normal podcast, we actually had some questions
Oh,
come up.
we're getting,
that means at least one person listened. How many
Yeah.
people were asking these questions? Was it all one person?
2 people.
2 people.
Two
Okay.
people. My
So we have
sister
4
and
questions
somebody
coming
else.
from 2 people. But still, we have at least 2 listeners from last week.
No,
And
we're-
actually, truthfully, our listenership is up.
Up, yeah.
So we had about double the listenership last week that we have in the past.
We've actually been pushing both the podcast on the podcast forums and YouTube, and we've got a ton more, good amount of actual subscribers, not just random people that subscribe for fun.
Yeah. So it seems like it's actually going a little bit in the right direction. And I think it might help that I've consistently showed up for like 3 or 4
Absolutely.
weeks in a row.
I didn't even put up last
Yeah, I
week's yet.
did. What a douche.
I'll put it up today, and I'll put this one up a couple days later.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that we talked about this, and I didn't want to leave too much room in between the two.
Okay, so question number 1 that we were asked is, how do I break a fast? So last week we were talking about nutritional timing and fasting and when we should eat and whatnot. And I guess we didn't go into enough detail in certain aspects. So the first question, what should you eat to break a fast? How do you break it?
Yeah, so if you listened to last week's, we basically gave you the what happens in each of the fast cycles, where 36 hours was the
36
longest
hours
one.
gets the most going for you.
And that's got like your increased growth hormone,
Yep.
decreased insulin those are to the max. Autophagy is maxed out as well, and
Yeah, at that point,
What
your
else?
body's eating fat
Yeah,
and
you're
not
burning fat.
You don't have any
Oh.
food left in your system really, so it's actually starting to dig in.
and your body's producing ketones, which leads you to that all important ketosis that people
Yep.
try to get.
So it's getting you into ketosis for sure.
So
So how do you break the fast? You eat.
right. So if you're breaking the fast, you eat.
That's
Yeah,
how you do
exactly.
it.
That's
Anything
true.
you want.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Have a great
Yes.
day. Okay, so the real answer to that is what should you eat? And my answer to that would be something nutritious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't go and like dig into McDonald's to break the fast, and don't just like binge hard.
Don't gorge.
Just have something good and healthy. Start with your vegetables probably, because it's what you're not going to want,
There you
but
go.
eat a big plate of vegetables first, eat your protein, then finish off with some rice or whatever. And
Yeah.
if you need to eat a brownie after that, that's okay, because you should be full already from what you ate
Yeah.
first.
So that's exactly what I would have said. Except, only thing I want to add to that is, and you said don't stuff your face. You shouldn't gorge. So
That's right.
you should just eat enough so that you're not hungry anymore. You don't want to jack that insulin through the roof with like a ton of carbohydrate and stuff like that. And you don't want to have your biggest meal. You don't want to get into, diet's all about habits, right? And so anytime we do a diet, and we mentioned this last week, I think a little bit, my real goal when we do a diet challenge is that you take
Wait, can you define diet?
oh yeah, exactly. So not just what you eat, but doing a short-term diet.
There we go.
A diet
Because your
challenge.
diet is just anything you eat. That is your diet.
So
by
a diet
definition.
challenge, you need to look at
There
it
you go.
as
Challenge.
two separate things. You should have a really good base diet, and then if you're doing a diet challenge, you don't do something different than your base diet. You just add or I guess in this case subtract. From that base diet.
And
right?
potentially add. If you eat a lot of garbage, you need to add in a lot of healthy
Oh, yeah.
food,
Yeah,
which will subtract the
Yeah,
junk.
subtract the junk. So when you're talking about what to eat right after the fast, we want to build healthy habits for your permanent diet. And one healthy habit is not, I'm hungry, I'm going to stuff my face
Oh, Denny's.
until I fall asleep, right? Eat
Brekkie bowl.
eat healthy food, because here's the other thing. Everything's going to taste better.
That's true.
because you're hungry.
Yeah.
So eat stuff you normally aren't super thrilled to eat. I remember when I was doing the 22-hour fast, bro, I was excited about iceberg lettuce,
Yeah.
right? And I hate vegetables. And that was
But it
probably,
counts for something, and
that
it
was the-
fills you up, too.
and that was the only time I was eating salads a lot, and some sort of green vegetables almost
Were you
every day.
tossing them?
Huh? Yeah, absolutely. I love my salad toss.
Carry on.
So eat something that you normally aren't super happy to eat, because it's going to be way better, and that's going to
Make you think mentally
going to
for the
rewire
future.
your brain.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and that's what you're.
All of a sudden, salad is delicious.
Yeah, you want to rewire your brain with all this stuff, and then don't get in the habit of gorging. Right, a horrible habit is just
Eat till you're sick.
plowing through 4,000 calories. And then the another aspect of not eating too much, the time you want to eat too much is your last meal, not your first meal, because that last meal is what you're going to be running on through your fast, right? So that's where like cheeses, slower digesting food comes into.
Casein protein specifically is ideal.
Yeah, if you're doing protein, do casein. Yeah, that's
Or even if you're eating natural proteins, like things like yogurt that have the casein protein in
Yeah.
it, it's going to be
Yeah.
something that's going to actually build your muscles on.
yeah, high fat, high protein, something that's going to slow you down, and not carbs, right? But
I think a good tip as far as if you're going to be fasting, like a 36-hour fast, is pre-make that first meal.
Oh, that's a good.
So
idea.
that it's
That's
actually
great
proportioned.
idea.
That's
Yeah.
something that I would do. Is so I'll have like
Yeah.
a meal prep container, which is already only a limited size.
Yeah.
And you have this side of it's meat, this side of it split between your fat and your carbs. And now that's what you're going to eat to break the fast. If you're still hungry after that, give it a few minutes.
Yeah, give it a few.
And then
20
if you need
minutes.
to eat a little bit more, go for it. But more than likely,
some
that
water. You're
will be
probably
enough.
thirsty.
And that's true too.
But
Or
yeah,
coffee.
try
Lots
to
and lots of coffee.
Yeah, coffee, dude. Throughout your fast, too, coffee is huge. Control that first meal and eat healthy food, and your entire diet. You have to look at your entire base diet as opposed to a challenge. Are you eliminating simple carbs? That's number one, right? That needs to.
Are you
not-
shopping around the outside edge of the grocery
that
store?
needs
Stay
to
out of that
not
middle.
be in your diet anyway. And then if you're doing a challenge, then that's where your 36-hour fast is going to come in, and you're going to be like, okay, that's where you're making. That's the extreme, right?
Because nobody lives on 36-hour fast. That is
No.
specifically
Right.
useful for challenges. Maybe there's some people that do, but those people
Yeah,
are
and I
crazy.
think that's kind of one of our questions, right?
So sounds like 36 hours is the best. Is that optimal for me? Says some beautiful, hot, blonde girl. I picture it how I want to.
It was my sister.
Like I said,
She'll like that, Paul. Good job.
she's a
She
beautiful,
probably
hot, blonde girl.
Just gotta hit that like button.
Subscribe.
She better be subscribed.
No, I wouldn't if I was her.
That's true.
Okay, so
So yeah,
what is your sister asking?
So she
Was it
does-
actually your sister?
She's still into that. Both of those. She's still
She
into
fit the description.
The what do you call it? The transform type diet, because
Yeah.
that worked when she did it, like
Yeah.
when she did the challenges. And again, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Problem is her base diet might not be that great, right? So that's probably where I would focus, is the base diet. And right now she's doing a challenge, an online challenge.
Okay.
And so she's doing 36-hour fasts
Good.
every few days. And that has its place
Takes
in
some
a
willpower.
challenge. Huh? Yeah.
Takes some willpower, big
Absolutely.
time.
That has its place in the challenge. It doesn't have its place in real life. And for a couple of reasons. One is, what is that? Like 36 hours, and then you do a couple days regular, and then 36 hours? Is that right?
The way I was doing it was once a week.
Once
So
a week.
every
So-
Monday you didn't eat.
Yeah,
And
so
then
that's-
Monday night you still wouldn't eat, and then Tuesday morning you would eat again.
Again, we want to build habits.
Yeah.
and not randomness.
Yeah.
It's kind of like CrossFit.
That's not life, and you're not
3
going to perform your best that way.
There's a reason that even though 3 days on, 1 day off is the ideal work-rest cycle for athletes, we don't do that.
No.
Almost across.
It's not what fits with life.
Almost across the board, it's 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, right? People take Thursday, Sunday off because it fits. Fits the
life.
week, right? You can't. Otherwise,
so
it's
36-hour fast is the best if it fits your life.
Extreme change, right?
That's right.
It's the best for a rapid, short-term weight loss diet.
There you go.
Not the best for long-term weight loss control.
But if you're looking to get 20 pounds off you in a short amount of time, 36 hours are going to help.
And it's going to suck. It's going to be hard, and it's going to suck.
And the hardest part about it, and what we saw with the Transform program, not to bash it in any way, shape, or form, it was very effective for the 8 weeks that it was. And then there was a lot of people that bulked it back on because they went from taking every Monday off of eating to going to McDonald's on Monday.
And what was the problem? It wasn't the taking it off. It was the base diet that they went back to when they did
They
eat.
went back to what they did before.
They're still eating, we're in Hawaii, so they love rice and noodles.
All the musubis.
And, man, all that stuff is so bad for you. And you jump back on all that pre-made, prepackaged food, and it doesn't matter how you could fast like 2 days, 3 days a week. And
if you're pounding all other stuff.
Once you go back to that, it's coming back on. That's how it got there, was that food. You need to change that base. So
you need to change the diet and not the new challenge.
So yes, 36 hours is good for a challenge, short term, because it's going to suck. It's tough, and it doesn't fit into a habit, right? I like let's first say this. A 10-hour fast is nothing. That's
nighttime.
That's eating a late breakfast or whatever.
If even.
I like eliminate breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Right? And when I wake up, it's real easy to just get up, go to work. It's real easy to just get up, grab a cup of coffee, and you're fine for a while.
Yeah.
And then pushing off lunch isn't usually that hard either. Eating for me during the day is actually a chore. It's like, oh shit, I forgot to eat. I gotta make time for it and all that stuff. So
lots of people do not feel that way, but fair enough.
But the further you can push it out, just remove the food from your area, right? Like if you if you have trouble fasting at work, you might want to take a look at your work situation and kind of talk to some people that are around you that are bringing in. I know a lot of places they got donuts,
especially
got candy,
this time of year,
and it's like,
although not this year actually, we haven't got a single candy.
Oh, your place?
Yeah. Normally we get like all the shippers bring out all their junk. Not this year.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'll get a bunch here, and then I eat it all.
Of course you will.
During the week.
So much for your fasting.
Christmas and
that'll be your breakfast.
I won't be. I'm staying strong now, buddy.
Let's see it.
So that's what I would say. Try to eliminate that breakfast. So what would that be? Let's say we sleep 10 hours. So maybe from your last meal to the time you wake up, we got 10 hours, right? Maybe 11, 12.
Yeah.
That should be your minimum. I mean,
that's
is
just normal.
That's normal life. I would cut out
if
breakfast.
You're eating within that window, you're probably overeating.
To me, 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's 7-8 hours. I would say do a 16-hour fast, an 8-hour feeding window. That gives you two good meals. Your first meal, like we just said, healthy, smaller, and then your bigger meal at the end of the day where you're packing it on for that fast. And once you get into that habit, it's gonna be so much easier to do. It's also gonna save you a lot of time eating and
meal prepping and everything.
You gotta eliminate grazing too.
That's true.
If you're doing an 8-hour, that doesn't mean eat for 8 hours.
Not 8 hours straight.
Don't walk around
and don't just have an extra meal in that 8 hours.
I know me. I like to walk around with a bag of those hot chips, those Packy hot chips.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, boom. Knock them out.
Carolina Reapers, just eat them all day because they feel so good. But that adds on. Actually, you lose a lot of weight eating that.
It's just a lot of weight.
I didn't eat dinner. The next morning, I didn't eat breakfast. And I almost threw up, which would have made it that much worse.
Would have been some deficit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
That's that one.
Fast. Should I end my fast in the morning or should I end my fast at night? Now, we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, we just kind of talked about that.
Well, we talked about that last time too. It is really easy to end your fast in the morning.
Afternoon.
And so after a sleep, having your food to end it, it's easy just to go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Like eating right before ending your fast in the PM. Now you eat and then you go right back to a fast. Like that, you might as well suck it up for that last little bit and wait till morning.
Yeah, if you're doing a longer fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you
Well,
definitely
I
should.
even say you can push the morning off. To me, it's eat in the afternoon and early evening, and then fast the rest of the time. Fasting when you're sleeping and at work. You know what I mean? To me, that's pretty.
But ending a fast or like ending a fast at night
I'm talking
doesn't
about
make
doing
sense.
the 16-8.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't end it at night. You shouldn't eat at night and then eat when you wake up. That's for sure. I mean, that would be basic. You should end it earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
during the day. Also, let's dispel a myth. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I don't know, and I didn't look this up. I was just thinking about it last night. I bet you it was either, I don't know if he's a General Mills,
okay.
or is it Martin Kellogg?
I don't know.
Whatever. One of those two guys probably said it when they started the cereal. Think about the cereal aisle in a grocery store. No other meal has its own aisle, and no other meal
Has own like
has an
processed
aisle that is 100% the opposite of what you want to eat in the morning,
That's true.
right?
Just load up with sugary carbs.
Cut it out. The breakfast is your most important meal is false. Your most important meal is the one you do before you fast,
Yeah, that's
right?
right. As long as it's clean. You don't want to go
Yeah,
and have
yeah.
a big bowl of cereal right before
But even
you
that,
do it.
man, like, yeah. I mean, stay away from that stuff anyway for multiple reasons.
Okay.
So that's good, yeah.
So
Does that kinda answer that?
Can I jump right into fasting, or is there
Oh.
steps first?
So something I'm gonna kind of add to our program is get a blood test with especially with like COVID and stuff, get your vitamin levels, because you could see a lot of problems with that are easily so adjustable. Vitamins are cheap, right? Get your that tested, get your whole blood panel, right? Figure out what your do your lipid screen, all that. It's all just good information that you can, once you have those numbers, you can tailor your diet to fix those. And then obviously also talk to your doctor, because we're not doctors. I know we spit so much amazing information.
It seems like we might be
holy
doctors.
cow, these guys must have wrote some books on it. No, we didn't. I know
Nope.
you'll be surprised.
You're shocked.
Yeah, I mean we're complete morons.
We make stuff up as we go.
We
mostly.
actually make stuff up, and so
We have been doing this for a little bit though, so a little
Yeah.
bit of knowledge base, but not doctors.
we forgot more than we could tell you, and so we're just us making stuff up is us trying to
So
remember.
that being said,
But yeah,
if I'm overweight and I need to start doing something, do I need to do anything before I start doing fasts?
I would talk to your doctor, and I would get a blood test.
What's the harm in doing
because
16-hour
really,
fasts?
Here's the thing. Don't
I disagree. I think if you're going to do
Just go
small
for it.
fasts, go for it. If you're going to start doing 36
I'm just
or
saying, talk to your doctor to cover your ass.
I'm just saying if you're going to do like 36-hour fasts,
Yeah.
you're probably okay without doing any like blood work and stuff first.
Yeah.
If you're going to start doing, some people do like 3, 4, 5-day fasts.
Yep.
I don't recommend you do that without getting some stuff done first, because that could be a bad idea for your person.
Yeah.
But so long as you're doing, especially if you're doing 16-hour
No,
fasts,
16-hour fast.
I don't think
That's
that's
not
wrong
anything.
for anybody.
Everybody should be doing that's nature. I mean,
Yeah.
I like to also think about all these things in the context of nature. Nowhere in the animal world does an animal wake up and eat breakfast. Nowhere except for people, and it's completely back.
Sounds like you need to get better at hunting, bro.
Yeah, no, that they don't do that. They wake up, they cruise around, they get ready to kind of hunt.
Back
They
when
then-
he was a caveman, that's how he went.
they then hunt, they crush it, and they fall fucking asleep, and they don't eat for another day or two. So it's a natural thing, fasting. So, but yeah, an 18-hour fast, absolutely, just go for it. But yeah, something like a 36-hour fast, though, I would make sure. Another one that another reason I say talk to your doctor, get a blood tests and all that stuff.
It's because Bryce loves doctors.
Keto. Like if you're going to do keto, make sure you can, because there's a lot of people that shouldn't be doing keto. It's not super safe. So, and there's been some
And there's some
serious cases,
conditions
so-
that want people to do keto
Yeah.
where like the doctors are saying this is your solution, go
and
do
then
keto.
there's some, if you
and
do
there's
it,
some
it'll
where
kill
it's not
you.
a good
I think
idea.
if you don't have a gallbladder,
Oh.
keto will literally kill you. And there's that ketoacidosis, like if you're too lean and you do keto, I believe. I don't know.
Not a
We're
problem for me, buddy.
I know, yeah. You could do keto forever. So we'll do a keto episode soon, a couple weeks or so. Next week, what are we going to talk about? Dubai.
Dubai
Yeah.
Fitness Championship.
Got some CrossFit championships coming up. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you
Subscribe. Watch us make up stuff next week about
That's right.
Dubai. Kyle, chime in on us next week.
Yeah.
Let us know what we did wrong.
Yeah. You could go in live on. Oh, we don't do live.
Oh.
But
Maybe we should actually bring. I'm going to call Kyle. We should bring him in on next week's episode
Figure out how to
to
get on
talk
there.
about the. Yeah, we can bring him on FaceTime or not FaceTime, but like whatever Zoom thing.
Yeah.
And we can get him to be a part of the Dubai Fitness Championship
That'll be
episode.
funny.
That way, one person does research.
Well, yeah. I got you.
We'll see if that can happen.
So yeah, subscribe on the podcast channels wherever you
Yeah.
get podcasts. Subscribe, definitely subscribe on YouTube. So we're trying to hit 1,000 viewers so we could get
1,000
monetized.
subscribers.
Subscribers.
We definitely
we
have,
have way more than
1,000
1,000
viewers.
viewers. And check out some other videos, especially the hot chip challenge.
The
if you
hot
want to laugh
chip
at my
and
ass.
Abuse the child videos.
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
Peace out.
Later. Oh, I didn't have my thing on. No wonder it was so quiet.
Oh.
That's why I couldn't hear me.